very interesting. Whoever this is meant for, and my intention is that this reading finds whoever needs it most. So I'm reading for whoever needs it most right now. And turkey spirit and snake spirit, I feel like what's coming up here is it's time to open up for someone here. It's time to open up. Turkey spirit is all about giving with gratitude and grace. And then snake spirit is about shedding old skins and healing something. So I feel like what I'm getting here is that someone, for some sort of protective reasoning, has closed themselves off, and it almost feels like in order to rehabilitate themselves in some way or form, I feel like there were some loose boundaries, practices with friends and family and lovers that was inherently unbalanced. So there was sort of a correction of pulling away, pulling the affection, pulling the amount that was being given back. There was a recoiling, and I feel like now it's almost like that was turned into a pattern of hyper isolation and hyper protectiveness, in particular around the heart space. So now is a moment where you're being encouraged to trust yourself, let that go, open up, because there's something that you're meant to receive. But there is a certain level of output. This is the Eight of Wands. This is about communication. So there's something you're being propelled to communicate, to put out into the world. And it feels like a semi-extroverted energy. This could be as simple as sending out a message. This could be saying yes to an invitation. This could be putting your creativity out there in some way or form. Whatever this is, I'm obviously reading for several people, so it's going to show up differently, but there's definitely it feels like becoming a little bit more extroverted. There's something that wants to come to you, but you need to allow it in. It's almost like giving the universe cues that you're open to receive by opening yourself up, by letting your guard down. Ten of Wands, yeah. So there's this venturing out, and in order to do that, there's been sort of that imbalance from the past. With this action, you're going to see how it's almost like during this phase of recoil, rehabilitation, there's still, you've almost been holding on to past hurt as a way to motivate this protective action within yourself, but it's actually, you've been holding on to the trauma, and it's almost like what has helped you, certain mechanisms that have helped you survive through whatever this change, this challenge, this period of challenge. For many of you, I think we're going back quite a while. This goes back over a period of time, years. Maybe you've even noticed that this has been a pattern that has showed up over the course of, many chapters of your lifetime. For some of you, this could be more recent, something that you've had a response to, some sort of hurt that has been more recent. However it goes, if it's something that's felt heavy, and I feel like there's almost been a fixation on how you've been hurt or the imbalance, that has created more imbalance, and like whatever this mechanism of guardedness that you was created from a place of survival is actually now turning into something that's self-sabotaging. It's sabotaging what you really want. And I feel like what you really want is connection and expansion. It's it's about, I think you want to attract more in, but it's important that you need to open up first. You need to create that space. So there is definitely something that's going to need to be let go of here. And I think it's actually your attachment to trauma. Oh my gosh, yes. The 10 of Cups and the Hanged Man. So this is about, you're looking forward towards your 10 of Cups, your fulfillment, your happiness, this is, I think, a message I'm here. You can have your cake and eat it too. There's something about setting down certain mechanisms that you have been created to protect yourself. These guards need to start to come down. You need to put yourself out there, and you're safe to do so. You're safe to do so. You can trust yourself. You can trust your ability to discern when your kindness, when your openness is being taken for granted. Trust the musculature of the boundaries that you've established to relax them. It's almost like when you get into a really strong routine, and it takes a lot of effort and energy to get into that routine. But then at a certain point, if you hold so tightly to that routine, then it creates a certain level of rigidity that keeps you from being able to experience more of your life. So I feel like we're dealing with some sort of rigidity here that's in place, and it's keeping you in a state of contraction. And there needs to be an exhale here, a letting down of your guard, a letting go of that rigidity, so you can let some new energy, let some 10 of Cups energy come towards you, come into your life. Come into your life. So I think that this is a moment where just kind of starting to shift your perspective a little bit around how you maneuver through the world. It's time to open up. It's time to receive. And that needs to be initiated by you. I think it's almost like a little gesture, or in some way or form, just being willing to put yourself out there, to being willing to make yourself vulnerable in some way or form. Again, it can be creativity, it can be in work, it can be in relationships, it could be through just simply some form of communication, a willingness to make a new friend, get on the dating app. I don't know. It's going to show up differently, like I said. But this is a moment in time when it's time to let your guard down a little bit. Okay, please like, comment. I would love to hear how this resonates and what's going on in your life personally, if you're open to sharing. I really love reading your messages and your comments. So please go ahead and do that if you feel compelled to. And follow for more readings like this. I do these energy readings every single day. I'm sending you so much light, and I'll see you tomorrow.